Hey guys, what's up? This is Hussein Tabi and it's crazytoonstudio.com. So today we are going to continue with masking, right? So let's see how masking works in After Effects, right? And why we use masking. Okay, so let me create a composition here. Let's create half HD for now, 965/40. Square pixel, 25 frame rate, and 5 seconds. So it'll be great. I mean, this doesn't matter because today we are not going to work on a video, but still, it's enough. Okay, so let's create two solids here. One is red, and the second solid would be blue, right? So now you can see here that the blue solid is on the top, and the red solid is the second layer. Alright, so if I switch off this, the red is visible. But what I want is, I want one circle of a blue layer and then the remaining should be visible from the red layer. So for now, let's off this. So only the blue is on, okay, on the screen, on the composition screen, you can see. Okay. Now, what masking does? Masking is something we use to remove unwanted areas from the scene. Okay, so if I go here, you can see all these shapes, okay, which we learned the last lectures. So if you go here and if you say that, yeah, rectangle I will take and I will draw here, and I have this shape layer here with the red fill and white stroke, right? But the same shape layer can be masked also. If you select the layer, if you don't select anything and then you draw, the shape layer will be there. You will create a shape layer. But if you select anything, any layer in the timeline, and then if you select and drag, then that shape layer would be your mask. So now you see this blue layer has mask 1, which is this rectangle. So when I on here this red layer, it will be visible down there. Okay, so any shape, like delete this mask. Let's select something like circle. I want it from the center, so press shift and alt and then drag here. Okay, this is center. So now you can see we have a blue circle and a red solid down there according to composition size. Okay, so now when you go here, you can create multiple mask also. You can go here and you can select star. Okay, so you can see now here mask 2. Okay, then I can select rectangle like this. So this is how we can create so many shapes and so many things with masking. But 99% actually we use masking to reveal the important part in the footage. Okay, I'll show you the example. It's not only about the revealing, but sometimes we need to do color corrections, and sometimes we need to remove somebody from the scene, right? And like rotoscopy is also the very most important part of compositing, which we'll see in the part 2 of masking lectures. This is the part 1, the introduction to the masking. So this is how we can create mask. Now let's see how this option works. First, second, we will see how we can create masks manually. So this is the ready-made square rectangle, and here you have mask. Okay, you can see this color, you can change this anytime. This is this color, so sometimes like it's not visible on the red, so you can go here and make it white, for example, and it is visible there because you can actually move these points. Okay, you can move these points, you can animate these points. We'll see later on in our classes that how we can do that. Now when you go inside, you can see here so many things like mask path, feather, opacity, expansion. Okay, for now just leave the mask path and let's see what is mask feather. Now mask feather is something like, if you see right now this rectangle, it is having hard shape, right? So if you give feather to it, you can see you have soft edges there like this. Okay, see. So like this you can do something. Okay, sometime if you want this in the corner, something like this, you can do that. So you can see that what this was a rectangle, but now it is a circular. It looks like the light is coming from there. Okay, there are a number of uses of this. Okay, so this is feather. Now the opacity is you already know, it's transparency. Okay, whatever percentage you want of that particular area. Then the expansion is like this is the original mask. When you go in minus, this will actually contract this one, and if you expand, you increase the number, it will expand sometimes. So we can create transitions like this, like image is coming like this, then the another image is also on the top, it's coming like this. You can make transitions. Some image will come with the star expansion animation. Some will come with circular motion or anything. You can animate this. And if you want to invert, right, you can see the mask is this much. Let me make this 0 for now. You can see the mask, and sometimes what we want, see there are two reasons. Let me hide the red layer. We do masking for two reasons. Either we want to remove the unwanted area, or we want the important area. So what you have selected is matters. Like if in this blue solid, let's say that I want to remove this area, then you have to go here and invert it. So this area is removed and others are there. Okay, and if you want this, then you have to do nothing. So if I want to remove this, then you click on the red layer, the red will be visible, but actually the red is not in the top. On the top the blue layer is there, and down there it is the next layer, which is red, is visible out of this. So if I even give feather to it, the blue layer will get feather, but not the red one. If you want to see, this red layer, and you can see here. See? So whatever is there will be visible. It's not about the red layer. Let me move this from here, and let's import something from outside. Lecture 9, masking flower. Okay, and then drag this here Okay. I'm sorry, I just imported this, but let me show you. You can just double click here. The folder will open. You can go wherever your image is and just click there and import it. And if you have sequences, right, it will show here import sequence, something like this. Like here, it is showing sequences not available. When there are sequence like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So it will show import sequence. Just click on that and the whole sequence will be imported as an video. So this is the flower, and when I take this, you can see it is visible here. Okay, so if you don't get further, it is visible like this. If you remove invert, it will be visible like this. Okay, it is yours. Let me remove. Let me delete the composition. Let me delete this composition, the whole composition, and let's create a new composition with this layer with this size. So let me just drag on the composition icon. So what will this do is this will create the composition automatically with the size of the layer, and the layer will be in the timeline, and you can see here. Okay, so now let me show you that what if I want to select this flower and I want to change the color of this flower, how I can do that. Okay, so with these shapes you can't do this because these are the ready-made shapes which you can manipulate, of course, but it will not be that precise. So what we can do, so we have this pen tool here. The pen tool is having some supporting tools here, right? To add vertex, delete vertex. What are these? I'll show you. For now, just take the pen tool. The shortcut is G. You continue, press G, then you will get these options. Okay. For example, if I press G again, you can see the tools are changing there. See, right? So for now, I'm having this pen tool, and with pen tool, you can click, 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 and you can create. Oh, for now, there's something which I don't want to show you, but it's on there, which I'll show you later on. That is Roto Bezier. Let me off this. Right? By default in your machine, this will be off. Okay, so for now, just click, click. This is same like you have in Photoshop if you have used before, right? When you just click, 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 and you have hard shapes here, and if you click, click and drag, you will have smooth path, you can say. This is a path, this is a mask. Okay, and then with the move tool you can select the points, you can move the points, you can adjust the handles, you can do whatever you want with this one. Okay, and this also has the same options, no change here. These options will be, the attribute will be the same. The only difference is with the pen tool you can create your own shapes, and these are the ready-made shapes. That's it. The mask options will not get changed. So here, let's say I have these two shapes. Okay, let me double click here. When you double click on the mask, you will have this box here, manipulating box, transformation box. Okay, you can scale your mask, you can rotate your mask, you can move your mask. So let me move the mask like this here, all level. Okay, and then just enter this. You can enter to execute. Now I have two masks here. So here now we can use these options. Right now we are adding both masks. Okay, but if you say I want to subtract, then this will get subtract from this. If you say intersect, this will intersect with this. See? Okay. If I say subtract from this, this will get subtract. So like You can just these both are subtract, so both are like inverted. Okay, so you can add and subtract masks, and this is very important when we do rotoscopy. I'll show you how this works. Okay, because all masks will be added to each other, but sometimes we need to remove something, we need to subtract it. Okay, so let's see how we can draw a mask on this and how we can use this. So let's delete these masks and let's have a duplicate of the same layer. Let's off the original one, and I have this one here, and let's start creating masking here. So I'll select the pen tool and I'll start masking here. So you can zoom and then you can click, and precisely you can do the selection of your object. And these are the flowers in the back. Okay, now you can click Alt, right, to adjust one handle. This is the same thing which you have here. Convert vertex to the shortcut is you can press Alt while doing masking, and then you can sorry, by mistake I selected that one. Select this one. Okay, press Shift and click and then continue. Here it's not proper now. Let me adjust this. Always when you do masking, 2 pixels inside would be the better idea. Always. This is not attaching, not continuing. I don't know why. Let's just select outside and select again here. Yeah, it happens sometimes. So not to worry, just click outside and then again click on the mask tool and create. Right? So never just click like you do in Photoshop or somewhere. Even in Photoshop we have a good pen tool. The Photoshop selection is the best one actually. I like it. Let me show. Okay. So the points should be a little far from each other, and you should make the curves with your curves here, handles here. Otherwise, if you just create shape like click here, click here, click here, then there will be too much points, and that's not professional selection. That will be very painful for you later on when you start animating these points. You can use masking in composition. You can use this tool in your motion graphics, like we already saw how to do motion graphics, we can create now your own customized shapes with this tool. It's not necessary to use all these ready-made shapes all the time. You can create your you can create the solid with your favorite colors, and you can use this tool to create shapes. Here I am taking a little rough, not taking the exact thing. This one is a part of, yeah, this one. So let's undo and let's take this part. This will be more easier with the Roto Bezier, but I'll show you how to use it. For now, I'm not using the Roto Bezier. This is a little, time-taking process, but this is just awesome. I mean, without masking, you can't do anything in After Effects. Not in After Effects, but any compositing software. There is no compositing without masking. The masking is not like you use only the pen tool and that is called the masking, but we can do mask with paints, with color keys. There are a lot of other options for it. But this is especially for rotoscopy and this kind of stuff like color changing, right? Creating a clean plate. Alright, so here we have a plot. You can see the other part is transparent. Okay, so when you on this layer, there will be no difference here because the same layer is down. So what I'll do is I'll select the second layer. I'll go to refract, color correction, and let's take this hue saturation, and the master saturation leave to -100. So this will be the black and white, and you see your flower is colorful. Actually, the whole layer is black and white. You can see here, but we have already masked the flower, and the flower is on the top layer. That's why it looks like this is colorful and the others are not. And if you want to do vice versa, what you can do, you go here and just go to the mask and invert this. So you can see now this is black and white, and not because if you see here, now this is blank. Alright, see. Or if you want, you can change the color of the flower. In fact, color correction, same hue saturation. Remove the, okay, I have done the one in here, so I'm applying the same saturation tool on this flower, and you can use colorize tool to give a good color to it. Okay, or we can direct give some range to this color, this flower. I think this is looking nice here. See, so this was before and this was the new. So like some flowers are blue, some are this. If you don't have the black and white, have the blue one, but this color is different. Something like this. See? This looks nice. Alright. So this is how you can create, you can use the shape layer as a mask, or you can use pen tool to create the mask. Alright, we use this add vertex tool to add points. Okay, if you want some points somewhere, you can add the tool. If you want to remove that, then you can go here and take delete vertex, and you can delete the tool. You can delete the points. And the last one is also the feather tool. Okay, like here we saw, we can give feather to the overall. See, you can see here, feather is there. It's mixing, right? Let me show you something. Let's hide the down and you can see the feather. Okay, if you choose the mask feather tool, you can click here and drag whatever you want. You can click here and drag inside how much you want. If you don't want inside, don't use inside mask, take outside. This is just awesome. Alright, so now when we click here, right, you can see this mask, the color is also there in that part here. See, alright, so this is how you can do mask. See, you can see easily here. It's not fitting up in this particular scenario, but it is very handy when we do rotoscopy or any other masks, you know, where it requires. So this is enough for the part one. Alright, so we saw that how we can do masking with the shape tools. We can draw mask with pen tools, right? What are these stuff? How this thing work? So please have a look at it and practice it. Get the hang on this masking stuff. And in next lecture we'll go a little bit ahead. I mean, not a little bit, but so many things we are going to see in the part 2. We'll use multiple masks. We'll see how we can use multiple masks. We can and we can create something meaningful. Okay, and then how we can do rotoscopy. So many things. All right. So before it was like I informed you that yes, we will do one lecture for the masking, but I thought no, it's not enough. Let's create one lecture for introduction and the next a little bit advanced. So that would be like a little bit, digestible. So just have a look on it. There's one more way of doing the same thing, which I want to show you. If you don't want to create just the duplicate of same layer, then you can also create the adjustment layer. The adjustment layer is something that if you can create the adjustment layer on the top, and whatever effect you apply on this, it will apply on all the images down there. Okay, so for now, let's say the adjustment layer is not visible. Alright, and if I take the same mask, this one, I'll copy this and I'll paste this here. So the same mask now is on the adjustment layer. Okay, and you can go and you can apply, use saturation, and you can change the color. Right, there is no need of creating the same layer again. So You can just reduce layer, save. You are working on adjustment layer. See? Right? So this is also an awesome. If you just want to change the colors, okay? If you want to do that black and white stuff, or if you want to remove that and put something else, and then you have to copy. So it depends on, scene to scene, how you are using. So this is enough for today. See you next class.